Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Orb Openings with Boylon. I just made that up on the fly. Today, we have Polaris finally in the orbs. I say finally, but I don't know what we're expecting or waiting for. So, in case you guys were wondering, Polaris, of course, is going to be unlocked primarily through the Strike Pass. Now, you know, I went at length about this on live streams about how kind of crappy this is. Mostly because this is going to be the Season 2 Strike Pass. We're not even done, you know, Season 1 of the Strike Pass with Silver Surfer. So we still have, at least as of recording this video, about 15 days left on the first Strike Pass. And then, of course, Polaris is going to be the start of the second Strike Pass. So for free-to-play players, you're not going to see a Polaris unlock for probably about at least 40-something days from now. So that's a lot. So given the fact that she is in the offers now, and available technically, you know, this is quite the early access for it. So in the first part of this video, we're going to be doing some red star orb openings and actually unlocking Polaris because, you know, to my surprise, she's actually available here in the orbs for 675 cores. Now, I have a ton of power cores that I've been saving, so that's what I'm going to be doing after we get through the red star orbs. So without further ado, guys, let's get this orb opening started. Alright, so here we are back in the orb section of the store. As you guys may or may not know, I'm really not a huge fan of seed theory. I'll be honest, I did attempt opening some milestone orbs a handful of times and putting a little bit of gold, 400k gold resets, so they say, into a couple of my characters. I don't really have anyone else that I'm leveling at the moment, so it's a bit more challenging to keep doing over and over again. So I'm just not going to do that. But I do have one Elite 4, almost two Elite 4s, and a handful of Elite 5s. I'm not going to be pulling Elite 5s for Polaris, knowing that she's only available in the Strike Pass and through Power Cores, and I'm probably realistically not even going to get her to 4-star. So I'm willing to pull Elite 4s, not really willing to pull my Elite 5s or higher. Going to be saving that for other characters. So that's the plan for today. So we're going to get started off here on my first Elite 4, and then we're going to go back to the regular orbs. I'm probably willing to pull at least 25 or 30 just to see what happens, and we'll pull any associated Elite 4s with that. So let's start the train rolling, and maybe if we're really lucky, like from Multiple Man and Silver Surfer, I won't have to go through that many, but we'll find out. I've been pretty lucky the last two characters, so let's start the show when the crane goes around. Crane theory for the win. Got a pink 5 Mysterious. It's an upgrade. You know, actually, that's not too bad because I do use my Doc Ock Sinister 6 all the time in war, and I use Mysterious as part of this team. So you know what? I'll take it because it wasn't a 4, it was a 5. And what else did I got? I got actually 1,000 Elite 5 credits. So that's not bad. More towards that. So that's great. I will take that. Thank you. But that wasn't Polaris, so we do need to go back to the regular orbs, and I do have 81 red star orbs. It's not too bad here, so we do have quite a few. So that's actually a good start. Maybe I'm in maybe I'm in a seed and I didn't even know it. But we'll find out. Let's keep rolling. Now, to double check, I should have done this beforehand. I'm pretty sure she's in there, you know, because after the Multiple Man last week, you know, we definitely have to be careful about this. But from what it looks like, it appears like she is in there. Now, I haven't, of course, seen her yet, but with luck, this is accurate. So hopefully I don't end up blowing a lot of red stars and turns out she's not in there, otherwise I'll be really mad. Let's double check with the Elite 4. You never know, right? Let's double check that she's actually in there. It says she is, so hopefully that is true. Otherwise I'll be really mad. Let's go for another Elite 4. Going for that crane theory. And a 4 rescue, that's the dupe. I have a 5 rescue. So that's more Elite 5 credits. I'm up to definitely 4 Elite 5s, but I'm still not going to pull it. While Polaris probably deserves a 5, realistically, you know, unless you're a whale or kraken, you're probably not going to get her to 5-star. It's just the nature of the Strike Pass. You'll get 3-star, 4-star if you buy the 2 offers. Or spam out some cores. So we're just going to continue on as normal. I would actually stop at a 3. Mostly because I don't know how realistic it is that I'm going to get a 4 of her or higher. So that would depend on whether or not I buy the strike pass, how lucky I get on these core orbs coming soon. 4 would be nice. I'd also just like to see a 1 or a 2 just to know that she's actually in there. Even though it does say it, I'm always skeptical about this until someone shows me. So hopefully she's in there and I'm not screwing myself, or I'm going to be really, really pissed. Oh, there. Okay, there she is. Otherwise, I was going to be really pissed off and, you know, do a really angry post about this. So she is in there. Hopefully this is not another Moon Knight situation. 4? That is a good pull. I do have 4, unfortunately, on long shot. Actually, I have 5 on long shot now. So that's 15 orbs, I think. Come on. Heimdall, that's a dupe. Yeah, most of my 4s are a dupe these days. Last character of the patch, right? So how many do I want to pull for her is the real question. I'm gonna keep going. 4? Oh, great! Congratulations. Alright, we got a 4 Polaris. That's good enough for me. So we did 19 red star orbs, I think there, and 2 or 3 Elite Fours, I don't remember now. And we got an upgrade. We got an upgrade with Mysterio, so that's awesome. So let's carry on then from that and move on to her actual orbs. Now, at a bare minimum, this is going to cost me 8 orbs. If my calculation is correct, that's 675 times 8, 5,400 power cores at the bare minimum. So I have more than enough for that. So, and with any luck, we might actually get some lucky drop, which for me lucky is like 10 or higher, and that might save us a core orb or 2. So let's get this started here for the unlock on Polaris and see what kind of luck we got. Again, really shocking this way, really shocking that she's available with power cores, because Silver Surfer wasn't, and he was a strike pass character. So maybe moving forward, this does mean that if you do have a horde of power cores and you are looking to unlock one of these strike pass characters, that you can do so with power cores at the very least. For everyone else who's completely free to play and low on cores, unfortunately, not great. But let's get this started anyways. Starting with a 6. Not stellar. Not stellar. We got a blue. A 12! That's actually worth two orbs. So at the very least, we're only going to have to open 7. So it's another 6. That's 24 shards now out of 3 orbs. Another blue. A 20! Wow. What is that? 44. So maybe I'll just open one more so we get the unlock. I'm not going to go all the way up to 3-star, unfortunately. But at least I'll get the unlock. 8. So that's 5 orbs. 20. A 10. Wait. 6. 10. 20. I think this was 5 orbs. I forget. I had like 13,000. I think that was 5 orbs. Yeah, I think that was 5 orbs. Definitely 5 orbs. So we got the unlock, and we got a 20, which was actually pretty good. Actually, what's the drop rate on that 20 shards? 3%. 3 1/3%. That's actually not too bad. So let's recruit her. Where is she? She should be at the top of my favorites list here. There we are. We got Polaris. And we got a 4 red. So, you know what? I'm happy about that, guys. Now, I probably won't be able to do any meaningful gameplay with her because I don't even have multiple men unlocked. So, for the purposes of this video, we'll do a rank up. We'll see how far I can take her, and we'll talk about her kit, and then what I think about her, and where you might be able to use her. So, stay tuned. Alright, and we're back. So, where did I manage to get Polaris? Well, I actually got her all the way to tier 12. I did have to open quite a few of my stored purple mutant blitz orbs, or whatever you want to call those. I did get her to 6664 level 65 and rank 3 Raider ISO, and we'll go over that. So let's start off with the kit. So attack primary target for 190% damage, or 230 if you are level 7. And adjacent targets for 160% damage. Apply bleed to primary and adjacent targets. So that's pretty good. She actually has a pretty decent basic here. And barrier the most injured non-summoned ally, and doesn't have to be XFactor, by the way, for 5% of her max health, and then 10% for T4s. So in terms of priority, this is really good. That's an extra 5% barrier. But we have to look at the rest of her kit as well. So barrier, her special electrostatic field. Barrier yourself for 20% of this character's max health. Attack primary and adjacent targets. This is a theme with her, so all of her attacks do at least primary and adjacent targets. For 160% damage, if any target has bleed, attack that target for 210% piercing instead. So that's quite a bit. And she gets 50% extra crit chance against the primary target only. So do keep that in mind. This attack cannot be blocked. Now, if you do get an upgrade to this for the T4s, it always crits on the primary target, and extra damage and extra bleed if they have, extra piercing if they have bleed. But why that's important here, the bleed part if they have bleed, this is important with her ultimate reverse polarity. So you're both available on turn 1. You're probably going to want to start with this one though. So pull all, this is basically a Magneto ult. Pull all enemies up to 2 spaces towards the primary target, then attack primary target and targets within 2 spaces for 260% damage, and apply disrupted for 2 turns. Plus flip 2 regen to bleed. Flip all regen to bleed if you T4 this. If multiple man is an ally, you get 100,000 extra focus to flip regen to bleed. So goodbye Doc Ock. Possibly Black Order with the full team, I'm not too sure, but to me this screams Doc Ock and his special, flipping those 3 regens to bleed. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be counterattacked. So if you are fighting up against a Doc Ock team who does regen all this, all of that is being flipped, and he's being disrupted, and so that leads into the electrostatic field. So if they do have bleed, then this is going to trigger, then you're going to get the piercing damage on everyone else. So that's pretty good. That's what it screams out to me, and the extra crit chance as well. So her passive, Mistress of Magnetism, on self or ally XFactor crit, remove all deflect from the most injured non-summoned enemy. When an enemy attacks this character or any ally with barrier, apply bleed to that enemy. On War Offense specifically, they all get 10% max health. XFactor allies get 10% max health. Maximum barrier goes up, and then increase in focus. Now if you get the T4 in that, you get 5% extra max health and 5% max barrier. So that's pretty good, because I think the barrier caps it at 30%. So on War Offense, this is actually going to go up to 35 or 40, depending on if you have the T4. So if you're using her specifically in War Offense, which you probably are, this T4 is pretty good. But in terms of other T4s, I don't know if this is a huge priority. It is flipping all regen to bleed. I just, beyond the 3 regen, I know that Doc Ock has 3 regen. Other characters, I don't know how, if this is a huge deal or not. And it's extra damage, but I don't know if it's a huge priority. I actually think that this is pretty good here, Electrostatic Field. I don't know how frequently you're going to be basicing in War. That's the only thing, is because I haven't used her obviously yet, and in terms of how long the battle goes, I don't know how frequently you're going to be getting off the basic for the barrier. On paper, this sounds really good, because 10% barrier for a basic attack sounds really nice, but I just don't know how long the fights are going to go. So she actually isn't too T4 hungry. You can probably get away with just 1. If you're going to be using her specifically in War Offense, probably the passive at the very least, and then maybe if you want after that, it's really up to you. The special or the ultimate, but I don't think it's a priority by any means. Now, just like the rest of the XFactor characters, you're probably going to want to take Raider with her. If you took Striker, it would actually apply the bleed on a follow-up attack, but a lot of the XFactor characters have crit involved in their kit, so you probably want to go with Raider. Now, with Raider, obviously you're getting the enhanced crit here, so you're getting 20% extra crit chance here at level 3, and then at level 5, you're going to get 25%, but that's not too important. Level 3 and level 4 is probably the most important place here. You're getting an extra 20% crit chance here and extra crit damage for what it's worth. So Raider is definitely my opinion of where you should go. Striker is a potential, but realistically, you should just stack up as much crit as possible, since her passive has crit here, and also so do obviously Shatterstar and Longshot. So the more critting, the better. So she looks pretty good on paper, but obviously primarily a War Offense character, so that's kind of unfortunate. I don't think that she's going to have a ton of use in Dark Dimension, because she is a global character. There's tons of better global options out there, in my opinion. And unfortunately, the passive really only impacts her in terms of this sense here. And you're not going to be able to use her alongside Shatterstar and Longshot for Dark Dimension anyways, because they're cosmic. So, and actually Multiple Man's a city character, so they're kind of all over the place here, unfortunately. But let's get into some gameplay. All right, we got some Magneto hybrid team here. Not sure if this is really gonna do anything at all. Let's see though. Of course, if they don't take forever to, you know, take their turn like normal. And this is the big problem with real-time arena, of course. Not great at all. Come on. At least there's a 10-second countdown, I guess. Jesus, they're really dragging this out. Okay, so Magneto goes first, unfortunately. And you know, that's not great, but, you know, we did get a resist there on Silver Surfer. Unfortunately, everyone else is also blinded, and there's really nothing you can do about cleansing this. At least without using someone like Squirrel Girl, who I sometimes use alongside them. Maybe might have been a better choice than Shuri. So none of these are really unavoidable. Although I think her attack is, I believe this is, right? This is unavoidable. Yeah, so that helps a little bit, but we didn't get Magneto in that dragon. So that was not great there. Let's see if we can, we still have the XFactor characters. We might be able to pull this together. Let's see, let's find out. Let's find out. More AoE. More AoE and more stuff. What do we have? We're still stuck on this taunt, but we might be able to do something there. More speed bar, of course, and we have Silver Surfer's special coming up soon here, with an offense up because Shuri died. So let's see. Blah! We killed 2 people, and then we got the ult there, and so we're actually doing pretty good. Even though we got blinded in the start, it seemed like that didn't really matter. We got so much turn bar here, and wow, it's just turn bar barrier everywhere. It's actually pretty crazy. You know, it didn't even matter that we lost a character. All these crits that are happening, great. Goodbye. I wonder if it even matters. Let's move on to the next match. All right, let's try this again. This time against a supernatural team, a full supernatural team. Probably not going to be too much of a trouble here. Alright, we'll start this off here with the usuals. The defense up actually at the start really helps, because you typically want to lead in with let's do this on Mordo. You typically want to lead in with Shatterstar special for the defense up for the extra damage, in my opinion, rather than leading in with the defense up. So having Shuri here for that actually is a huge help, and then boom, they're already dead before Polaris even takes a turn. But we can maybe do this, drag them in. It didn't even matter too much. She might get killed by a Ghost Rider. And we got the defense up again. Okay, that really was not that hard. Polaris actually goes last here, so unfortunately, I mean, well, that's fine. It's just that we're not really getting a lot of gameplay with her, I guess. Let's try this again. Okay, so here we got a Wave 1 Avengers team with Thor. And this could be a little bit tougher. What I'm interested in, I'm interested in obviously seeing some more offense stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to get some of that to you guys soon. I don't have a war on until tomorrow, so hopefully I can use them in a team. Even though I don't have multiple man, of course, I might be able to get some meaningful footage anyways with a team similar to this. So I'm going to start off and use the ult on Cap, I guess, in case he wants to taunt, because this is real-time arena, so he might still do that. And then we're just going to use the same combination of attacks here that I normally do, and it almost seems like it doesn't even matter, because they're that good. So, whether or not Polaris is actually making a huge deal here or not, I don't know, but Polaris is still getting the barrier and all the turn bar from the XFactor characters, so this part is really, really good. So it seems like they kind of just took the... It's like symbiotes, right? It's like taking the characters already and making them even better. I can stick this on auto at this point, and it really doesn't make a big difference. So, you know, they're all getting turn bar, all 3 of them in multiple man, of course, if he was on the team. So this is like symbiotes on steroids, I think, just making the team already better than they already are. So the take-home point to this, is she worth it? I don't know if she's worth paying. This is tough. This is a tough one here, actually. This is a tough thing to answer because we do know, of course, that she is going to be specifically only in the Strike Pass. So this is a very important conversation to have, because if you do go the free-to-play method, you're not going to see her unlocked until the end of May because of Strike Pass Season 2. So this part here is really important. Now, if you do have cords available to use forward for an early unlock, I would definitely recommend trying that. If you're not going to spend real money on her for her offer, then definitely go with the way of power cores if you can. If you've been someone like me that's been kind of hoarding some power cores and you have that available to do, I definitely recommend doing this, because waiting out a month and a half for her free-to-play unlock is going to be really, really harsh. And I think this is the first time, this is definitely the first time, where we've had a pass unlock character specifically different than Silver Surfer in this case. So yeah, she is a really good character. She's been fun to use so far, and I will be interested to see what kind of gameplay I can get out of her in War Offense. Hopefully I can get multiple man unlocks soon, so I can get all 4 of them in the team together. But that's the end of this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know what you think about Polaris. Let me know what you think about her unlock method below, and what your plans are for her. Are you gonna try and unlock her free to play? Are you gonna buy the offer? What are you gonna do with her? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Boylon signing out.